You see, the neat thing about not having Google to look it up was you have to fly quickly by the seat of your pants. Anything anybody asks you, you've got to be, you are Google. You have to be able to do it. And it put me through a lot, and I wasn't always right, but I was always right because I never told anybody what to do. People really want to be heard. They don't want to have you give them advice. And so, an example of the fact that people want to be heard is a woman who called about her sister. Her sister was the favorite, the absolute favorite, mother and dad's darling. And she always felt like she didn't belong. And her sister was always the prettiest, the brightest, the this, the that. And was there ever going to be her day? And she went on and on and on about how horrible her life was and what her sister was doing to her. And I listened, and I listened, and America listened. Mind you, this was the only thing on all night. We had a good, if they had ever done ratings, we had a good chunk of America. Anybody up at night. Bartenders and croupiers and people who couldn't sleep and waiters and waitresses and all kinds of people. So, eventually I felt, okay, tell me about your sister. And she said, oh, she passed on about 20 years ago. And I said, and how old are you? And she said, I'm 92. Here's a woman still living that story. All she wanted was to be heard. And that's all most people want, is to be heard. You really can't go wrong in an advice show as long as you resist the temptation to give advice.